So you've been doing your strength training workouts, you've been hitting your cardio, you've been getting your steps in, you've been tracking your nutrition, you've even lost a little bit of weight, but your body still doesn't look lean or toned. Instead, your muscles feel like they're almost hiding under a layer of fat. Does this sound familiar? In today's video, I'll be breaking down exactly why that happens and how to fix it for good, especially if you're a woman between 35 and 60 who's tired of dieting, tired of cardio marathons, and ready to finally see the results of all your hard work. Make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I'm gonna explain why long hours of cardio and starvation diets are not going to get you lean. And then I'm gonna go over my 5 main tips on not only how to get lean, how to stay lean. So as always, I wanna get right into it, but if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you get a notification when I release a new video, just like this one, every single week. So if you've been working out lots, doing your cardio, eating less, and you have a goal to appear leaner, so to start to see muscle definition, some abs, some leg cuts, some glutes, but none of your work is resulting in your body looking the way that you want it to look. Let's start with the hard truth. Long hours of cardio and eating less will not get you lean, at least not in a sustainable, healthy way. Why will long hours of cardio and starving yourself not work to achieve that goal of getting lean? Reason number 1, you're probably burning muscle, not just fat. When you're overdoing it on cardio, especially without strength training and not eating enough food, your body doesn't just burn fat. It also breaks down muscle tissue. And less muscle equals a slower metabolism. But also less muscle means less muscle to see, to be more defined with. Reason number 2 is you're starving your metabolism. Very low calorie diets signal your body that food is scarce. So it responds by slowing everything down to conserve energy, including your fat burning ability. So you might lose weight at first at the beginning of this journey, but you probably haven't lost a lot of body fat. You've probably lost water, muscle mass, and fat. Reason number 3 is your hormones are gonna take a hit, especially for women in their 40s and 50s. Hormone fluctuations already make fat loss harder. Starving and overtraining add more stress to your system, elevating cortisol, which promotes fat storage, especially around the belly. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not stating here that cardio is bad. Cardio is great. I'm stating this more from perspective is if you're trying to appear leaner and get stronger and you want to see muscle definition, I'm talking about cardio from that standpoint. So if you've been stuck in this cycle of dieting hard, running yourself into the ground, and still not getting lean, and you still feel like there's a layer of fat around your midsection or around your arms or your legs that you're not able to see any muscle definition, you're not broken. You're just using a method to get there that is working against your body, not with it. So now that we know starving ourselves and doing long hours of cardio is not the way to get lean and appear to have more muscle definition, so what do we do to get lean? And more importantly, what are we doing to get lean and stay lean? So here's what actually works. And here's what has worked for me after I had my second son. You can see my before picture here. This was probably a few months after I had him, when I was getting back in the gym and starting my journey all over again. And then here I am now, fairly lean, but he's 5. So I have been able to not only get lean, but quite easily maintain this appearance with just keeping up doing what I'm gonna tell you next in this video. Number 1, focus on building muscle first. So prioritizing strength training. I must sound like a broken record by this point because I preach the importance of strength training probably in every video on this channel already. So put quite simply, you can't tone a muscle that you haven't built. So to get that lean toned look, you need to build the muscles underneath first. So how are we gonna do that? Strength training 3 to 4 times a week minimum, using progressive overload, so gradually increasing the weights, increasing the reps. If you wanna know more about progressive overload, I have a whole video on my channel explaining what progressive overload is and how to adapt that into your strength training program. I'll link that video in the description below. You're gonna train all the major muscle groups, so prioritize compound lifts, throwing in some isolation work, and don't be afraid to lift heavy. I promise you ladies, you will not get bulky from lifting heavy. This is how we build the muscle that we want to eventually use to appear leaner and stronger and more toned. So of course, muscle is more metabolically active, so it's going to boost your metabolism. So the more muscle you build, we are burning more calories at rest than we did months prior when we didn't have as much muscle mass. Muscle also helps regulate blood sugar. So this is going to help on the fat loss portion in order to remove that layer of fat on top of your muscles. I just want to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Element, one of my go-tos for replenishing my electrolytes after sweaty workouts. Electrolytes are so important for so many functions in the body, including hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. Sometimes water just isn't enough, and Element has the perfect balance of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And better yet, 0 artificial sweeteners, no sugar, so no junk. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. Get a free 8-count sample pack of Element's most popular drink mix flavors with any purchase. Find your favorite Element flavor or share with a friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/Michelle. This deal is only available through my link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/Michelle. Tip number 2 is eat to fuel your body, not to shrink your body. So if you want to lose fat without losing your muscle, you need to prioritize protein intake. You want to make sure you're eating balanced meals of carbs, good fats, proteins for hormonal health and energy. And you want to make sure you're eating enough to fuel your body. Even if you're eating in a calorie deficit, you shouldn't be starving. So I always say food is fuel. So if you are starving and you're not eating enough, but you're going to the gym and doing your strength training workouts and you feel exhausted, you're not getting stronger, you're struggling through your workouts because you're not eating enough, then you're gonna have a really hard time building muscle, helping your body burn fat to appear leaner. You need to eat to fuel your body. It's gonna give you energy to push through and really lift heavier weights so you can see the results in the building of the muscle. Undereating is gonna make your body hold on to fat and burn muscle, and you're gonna feel horrible all day, every day, in my opinion. But eating properly is gonna support fat loss. And with the types of food we should be focusing on, I personally try to prioritize minimally processed foods. So lean meats, veggies, fruits, whole grains, or if it's in a package with very minimal ingredients so it's not overly processed and loaded with a bunch of chemicals. Foods like this are not only gonna help keep you feeling full for longer, give your body lots of energy, great for micronutrient intake as well, so vitamins and minerals that help keep us feeling good and help our body function properly. And of course, better appetite control. So when you're filling up on high volume whole foods and lots of protein, you're gonna have less cravings, you're gonna feel steady energy throughout the day, you're not gonna have ups and downs with your blood sugar causing cravings or energy crashes. Highly processed foods can make you feel hungrier and lead to overeating. So with that being said, again, I'll use myself as an example, and what I preach on this channel is that 80-20 rule. So in order to get lean and see muscle definition, you want to do all these things at least 80% of the time, consistently for a very long time. I didn't get lean overnight. After I had my second baby, I want to say it took over a year to get my body composition back where I wanted it to be. Doing this consistently over time, 80% of the time, you don't have to be 100% perfect. I still eat a burger and fries once in a while. I still eat pizza with my kids. I still eat cake. I do the things 20% of the time, but that's what makes this sustainable. So I talked about how to get lean and stay lean. It's not a 100% restrictive diet. You're only eating whole foods 100% of the time. You have to hit your protein goal every day, but if you do it 80% of the time for a whole year, I always say, imagine where you could be a year from now. Tip number 3 is do smart cardio, not long cardio. Cardio is great for so many things, including heart health, mental health, all the things. So we still want to be doing some form of cardio. And what you can do to start to implement this is just one simple thing of prioritizing walking every single day. So your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So just try to move more every single day. This is going to support your fat loss. You could give yourself a step count goal. If you're currently getting 3,000 steps a day, you could increase that to 5,000 to 6,000 steps a day. Or maybe 3 times a week, you're going for a long walk of 45 minutes to an hour to increase your weekly movement. You could add 1 to 2 sessions of zone 2 cardio, which is steady pace cardio at a specific heart rate where you are trying to target body fat to fuel you through the workout. I have a whole video talking about zone 2 cardio right here. I'll link that in the video description below if you want to know more about how to implement zone 2 cardio. And you could also add in some short, high intensity interval training workouts as well. Just one thing to think about, cardio should support your heart health and fat loss, but not steal your muscle. Tip number 4 is dial in your recovery and your sleep. This is one thing that I take very seriously. Women often overlook recovery, but it truly is essential. So number 1 is aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I know, not possible for every single person. If you have the ability to go to bed at a certain time and get your 7 to 9 hours, do it. I understand kids come into play and work and life and all the things, but if it's Netflix that's keeping you up, turn it off and prioritize your sleep. That is when our body is recovering. That is when our muscles are recovering. We're decreasing our stress levels. Like, all the things are happening when you are sleeping. So if you are not prioritizing your sleep, number 1, find a way to do that. Second one is take rest days. So if you are strength training 7 days a week and running your body into the ground, maybe you need a day off. Your muscles need time to repair and recover, and that's how they grow. And then speaking of recovery is finding ways to manage your stress. Again, easier said than done. But if you find you are someone who is very stressed out a lot, whether it's from work, family, other issues going on in your life, and you're a very stressed out person, if you can find things that work for you to help decrease your stress, for me, walking, sleeping, strength training, shooting some jump shots. That's a stress reliever for me. If you can find something that works for you, it will go a long way in this fat loss journey. And number 5, how to get lean and stay lean is be patient, be consistent, and be realistic. So let's be honest, getting lean, especially if you are a woman over 40, is not a 30-day shred like people on the internet like to tell you. It's a long-term commitment. Like I said earlier in the video, give yourself a year at least. Think, where can I be if I do all of these simple things Michelle just said in this video, and I prioritize this 80% of the time? Where can I be a year from now? A body recomposition is so much different than seeing a number change on the scale. This is, you are changing the composition of your body. So you're trying to increase muscle and decrease the fat over top of it. You're not gonna see instant gratification on the scale, but you are going to see changes in your measurements, your pictures, how your body feels, your energy levels, how you feel in your workouts, and so many other amazing things. And one thing I like to say is, when you've given yourself the time and you've done it in the healthy, sustainable way, you will not have to worry when you finally reach your goal. You're not gonna go backwards. You've done this in a sustainable way that it's going to be easy to maintain in your lifestyle. It takes time and lots of hard work, lots of commitment, lots of consistency. But what I always say to a lot of my clients is, if it was easy, everybody would be ripped. How many people do you see walking around in the world that are jacked? Not a lot. Like, there are people out there, I get it, but not every single person, because it is not easy. But if you're willing to keep showing up, be consistent, not make excuses, keep doing the things you need to do, and be patient with yourself, you will see the results. And trust me, it'll be so worth it if you did it the right way. The main takeaway here, getting lean doesn't require extreme tactics. It comes down to consistently doing the boring basics over and over and over again. And most people struggle with this because they want quick results, or short-term hacks, or the next fad diet, or the next magic pill that's gonna get them there. They don't wanna keep showing up for a year and master the fundamentals that is going to get you there, but also keep you there. So that's all I wanted to say in this video. As always, I hope it was helpful. Any questions about how to get lean, how to stay lean, let me know in the video comments below. I'm always happy to help. If you need more help with your nutrition or your workouts, you can learn more about working with me one-on-one in my online fitness and nutrition coaching program. I'll put a link below to more information on that program. And as always, have a great day, guys, and I will see you in the next one.